Did you hear Trump is planning to eliminate the National Endowment for the Arts?
What a boob.
This is horrible.
I'm confused. Doesn't the NEA only make up a teeny tiny part of the federal budget? How is that going to save money?
The truth is, it's not. Put one way, if you were at Thanksgiving and demanded a slice of pecan pie, portion it to the 2016 NEA spending relative to the federal budget, you'd end up with a piece of pie that would need to be sliced off with a finely tuned laser. Put another way, if you make $50,000 a year, spending the equivalent of what the government spends on the NEA's 3 programs would be like spending less than $10. The problem is that the scale of government spending is awfully close to nothing, meaning that it's not going to do much to close the gap in the national deficit. Pablo Picasso once said, "All children are born artists, the promise to remain an artist as we grow up." We don't grow into creativity, we grow out of it, or rather, we get educated out of it. Art has not been looked at as a serious social behavior worth exploring. It has been dismissed by scientific and academic communities as a lovely and desirable activity, but one that is inexplicable because it is both unmeasurable and illogical. Study of the arts is quietly disappearing from schools across the country. Opportunities for students to participate in high-quality arts instruction and activities are diminishing. This is a result of a current government push to defund the arts. President Trump plans to reform and cut national spending dramatically, and there is a target on the National Endowment for the Arts. We are now being forced as a country to consider the effects of a budget cut and how high we prioritize creativity. There is compelling evidence that arts education improves academic success, which proves that art is not merely a luxury, but rather a fundamental need for expression and growth.
In order to really succeed in whatever, math and the sciences and engineering like that, you have to be able to think outside of the box, and you have to be creative problem solving. And the way those disciplines are taught is not totally creative. The creative thinking...
Not at all.
Not at all. It's more like, this is this, this is this, this is this. The creative thinking is in the arts. A certain amount of arts education doesn't mean that your ambition is to grow up to be a painter, but you can use that kind of thinking and apply it to anything else, business, engineering, science.
And be better at it.
And you're better at that. You succeed more and you bring more to the world because you have these abilities that came from outside of your discipline. So bringing different worlds together has definite tangible benefits, and to kind of cut one or separate them is to injure them and cripple them.
Studying the arts contributes to student achievement and success. The correlation can be seen academically in reading, writing, mathematics, cognitive, and social skills. It is unclear how to ensure that all students have the opportunity to learn about and experience the arts in school. Despite convincing research and strong public support, the arts remain to be one of the first to be dropped in times of strained budgets and shifting priorities. George Washington once said, "To encourage literature and the arts is a duty in which every good citizen owes his country." And that legacy must live on in the American culture.
But I believe art education needs to focus on developing learners that think like artists, learners that are creative, curious, seek questions, develop ideas, and play, which means we need to be much more intentional about how we communicate art's critical value and how we teach for creativity.
The National Endowment for the Arts helps foster this duty into a daily reality. And it is with great anticipation and hope that the American public aims for this to remain true, long past the time of our 45th president. The arts has undoubtedly had an impact on my life. Without an education from a public arts school, I would not be where I am today.